So guys, man, great exercise. You're gonna really feel a burn. Hey guys, I'm Mark McKillier with Live Anabolic, and today I have 4 fantastic back and bicep exercises that you can do from home with nothing but some dumbbells and an incline bench. So guys, if you don't have a bench, all right, I want you to get one. It's a one-time expense. They're not all that expensive, and they'll last forever. And not only that, but you can just do more exercises when you have a bench, and some of the exercises that you can do without the bench are actually more effective when you add a bench to the exercise. So it's real straightforward, guys. And back and biceps are some great muscles to work on. Matter of fact, I would say almost all of you guys watching right now, those might be your favorite muscle groups to work, because building a big back makes you look wide, and the wider you are, the smaller it makes your waist. And of course, everybody wants big biceps, right? So it's a great combination to do together. Matter of fact, I think a lot of guys, especially that work out at the gym on a regular basis, like to do this workout together. So it's very common to do a push workout and a pull workout and a leg workout. And this is your very typical pull workout, all right? So 4 great exercises. Everything's done with nothing more than some simple dumbbells and a bench. But before I get to the exercise, just real quick, guys, 2 things I want to remind you guys about. We have a free Facebook group. Click the link below this video and it'll take you there. It is a fantastic fitness group, by far and away the best fitness group on all of Facebook. And it's not just me saying it, it's our members, okay? So be sure and join, and there's so much going on in there. We have 18,000 members now. It's a blast. A bunch of great guys, plus I'm the moderator. So I'm in there almost every single day answering questions and posting some fun stuff. So check that out. And in addition to that, do us a favor and help us out. We're trying to get the word out about this YouTube channel. So hit that little like button below the video and share this video with some of your buddies that you know could benefit from it. All right. And then be sure and hit that subscribe button, because Gary and I are coming out with multiple videos every week. And if you subscribe, you won't miss a video ever. All right, guys. So the first exercise today is the dumbbell pullover. So our back is made up of 17 different muscle groups, and there's lots of little muscle groups, and they're layered and they're going all different directions. All right. So, but your lats, this muscle group right here, is a big muscle group, okay? And it's very visible because it sticks out to the side of your rib cage, all right? So there's other exercises we can do to hit our lats, but typically they're done with bands, or if you go to the gym, they're done with the cable machines, all right? So this exercise, this dumbbell pullover, is gonna mimic a straight arm pull down that we do with bands, all right, with a high anchor point, and I'm holding on the handles and I'm bringing them down under tension. So instead of using bands, we're going to do everything with dumbbells today, and I'm going to show you how to basically mimic that exercise with dumbbells, all right? So once again, guys, you need a bench to do this, all right? So you're going to kind of crouch down, and you're going to position yourself so your shoulder blades, okay, are on the bench. All right, now before I pick up the dumbbell and do it, I'm going to show you the basic movement. We're going to hold the dumbbell, single dumbbell, with 2 hands like this. And I'm going to start over my head, and I'm going to lower the dumbbell as far as your body will go. All right, everybody's going to have a different range of motion, okay? All right, but you're going to let it stretch you out here and see how your lats are being stretched right here. All right, so and then I'm going to pull the dumbbell back up above my head. And this pulling movement uses your lats right here to engage the muscles in your upper arm that bring your elbows up. So it's as straightforward as that, guys. And it might feel a little awkward at first, all right? But it's okay. You're just gonna do a few reps, then you'll get that mind-muscle connection. And this is the best way to start it, okay? So have the dumbbell already sitting next to you on the bench. You can reach over, bring it up, you can put it on your chest, all right? And all I'm doing is grabbing the flange like this, okay? And I'm just gonna go straight up, and I'm gonna lower it as far as my body will let me go, all right? And then back up, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now at the top of the movement, see where I'm stopping the dumbbell? It's basically directly above my forehead. If I bring it too far up here, now the weight of the dumbbell is going straight down through my elbows and my shoulders, and basically my joints are carrying the weight, and my back is no longer engaged. My lats aren't really flexed right now. But if I stop right here, my lats are still engaged, okay? So I still have tension on the back muscles that we're hitting here. So down as far as your body will let you stretch, and then control slow up, and then control the weight down. And then if you're really fatigued and you're doing this right and you're pushing yourself hard, the best way is to go from here, just bring it to your chest. All right, now you're kind of in a relaxed position here, and then you can just bring it over to the side and you're done. So those pullovers, guys, are going to feel a little weird at first, just simply because it's not a movement that we really do on a regular basis. But you do it nice and slow and controlled, and you do several sets of that, you'll start to feel a pump and a burn right here in your lats. Okay, so exercise number 2 is an incline hammer curl. So the rest of today's exercises are going to be done in an incline position. So when you buy a bench, guys, make sure it's not just a static flat bench. Most benches are hinged and will allow you to adjust the angle of the back, okay? So, but be careful, all right, when you're on Amazon buying one of these things, and make sure the back adjusts. And so, you know, you should be expecting to pay $100 to $130. There's some more expensive ones that are heavy duty and really, you know, swanky, but you don't really need those. I would just avoid the really inexpensive ones, you know, the $60, $70 ones. They're kind of wobbly. It just ain't worth it, guys. All right, so these incline hammer curls are different simply because of the position that we're in at the very beginning of each rep, okay? So a lot of times, you know, we do these standing curls or concentration curls, and anyway, the elbows are by your side when you're doing a lot of other curl exercises or bicep exercises, all right? The reason we're doing an incline is because when we lay back on the incline, see how my elbows are back behind me now? All right? So I'm already starting from a really stretched, super stretched position with the bicep, okay? My elbows are not by my side. I'm gonna leave them back here. And a hammer curl, of course, is just where we keep our hands in a neutral position all the way up and down, okay? So I'm trying to make sure I don't swing the weights up, okay? I lower the weight slow and controlled, and slow and control up. So I see some guys will swing the weight and use the momentum at the bottom to do this, all right? So at the bottom, you don't want to have it swing back beyond vertical, okay? Because if it goes back beyond vertical, then you use momentum to bring it up. So slow down, straight up down at the bottom, and then you can't use momentum, all right? So if at the bottom of the movement here, you're straight up and down, gravity's pulling my arm straight down, there's no way I can use momentum. I have to only use contracting of my biceps to get those dumbbells up here. So guys, man, great exercise. You're gonna really feel a burn, especially if you get that mind-muscle connection going. And another thing, guys, is don't use too much weight. All right, so what is too much? Well, it's gonna be different for everybody, right? All right, so pick a weight where you can use really good form like I was doing for at least 8 to 12 reps. That's kind of the honey hole for building muscle, the 8 to 12 rep range. Occasionally you'll see people do more reps than that, say 15 or even 20, okay? But most of the time, if you're really looking to build muscle, it's 8 to 12. If you can't do good form, at least 8 reps, that means you're just using too much weight, all right? So the next set, drop the weight down a little bit so that you can get back into that 8 to 12 range. All right, the third exercise today is an incline row. So we're obviously going to be focusing on our back again. One thing I've done with the bench is I lowered it a little bit. So the incline hammer curls I had with the back sitting at roughly a 45-degree angle, okay, relative to horizontal. All right. For these rows, I want you to lower the back. Now we're down to about a 30-degree angle, okay, between the back and the horizontal plane here. All right, that's gonna make it easier to pick up the dumbbells, all right, at the start of the exercise. That's the main benefit, but also it allows you to target your back a little bit more effectively, all right, without using as heavy a dumbbells by going with a flatter, okay, back here. You could even go a little bit lower than this if you want to, all right? So guys, this is how I start. Pick your weights, put the dumbbells directly underneath the bench here, okay? And then position yourself. Your chest is gonna be ultimately right here when I'm doing the rows, okay? Now, how do I start? Okay, you're just gonna wiggle from one side, pick it up, and then you're gonna wiggle over to the other side. Simple as that. Now, I like to have this position so that my chin is right off the top here, okay? So if I'm down here a little lower, it doesn't feel right to me. I like having my head just above the top of the bench, okay? So I'm going from straight down and I'm pulling the dumbbells upwards and then back towards my waist, okay, guys? So I'm not coming straight up and down like this, all right? So when you row, you always bring it back towards your waist. Now, this is an exercise where you really can't use momentum, all right? But still, I want you guys to control the weight up and down. And at the top of the movement, especially if you don't have very heavy dumbbells, bring it up and hold it for a 1 count before you slowly lower it. So it's up, 1, and down. Up, 1, and down. And then when we're finished, especially if you're fatigued, just rock yourself from one side to the other. And that is the movement, guys. And those rows get a ton of different muscle groups in your back. So even when we were doing the lat pullovers, we were working more than just our lats, okay? Because there's so many different muscle groups in your back and they're layered and they're going different directions. So these 2 different exercises hit basically all of the major muscle groups in your back. All right, so the fourth and final exercise today is gonna be a bicep exercise, right? So we're doing 2 different exercises for back and 2 for our biceps. And these spider curls are fantastic, guys. And once again, I'm gonna leave this incline in the same position as I did in the previous exercise. So I have it set at roughly a 30-degree angle relative to the horizontal here. Not, you know, I don't want it up here too steep, okay? If anything, it would be better if you had, and if you're too low, then you don't have any range of motion. So, all right, so that's a little too low, I think. And right there is perfect, okay? So everybody's bench is gonna be slightly different, but you're shooting for roughly 30-degree angle, okay? So the previous bicep exercise we did was an incline hammer curl where my elbows were way back here behind my back at the start of the movement, all right? These spider curls are the exact opposite, all right? My elbows are gonna be out here in front of myself, all right, at the beginning of the movement. So what we're doing is, even though both of these are gonna be curling movements, we're putting our elbow in a different location. And that changes the angle of attack on all the different muscle fibers, all right? And you're gonna find out, all right, when you do these, that you're not gonna be able to do nearly as much weight, all right? So these are a really good exercise, guys. All right, so once again, I'm gonna start basically the same way I did on the previous exercise, okay? So I'm gonna position myself so that my chin is just right above the top of the bench here. That's where I like it, all right? Now, if you guys wanna go down here lower, that's fine, or maybe even up a little higher, that's fine too. doesn't change the effectiveness of the exercise, all right? This is just what I like to do. So that's where I'm gonna be, all right? Rock to one side, rock to the other side, and here we go. All right, so I like starting with a neutral grip because that's just basically a comfortable position where my hands wanna go while I'm holding these dumbbells. And as I curl them up, I'm gonna rotate, all right, my hands, because when you do this, you really activate a lot of the bicep fibers, okay, with this twisting movement, all right? Now this is an exercise you can cheat on real easy because you can go beyond vertical and use momentum, all right? So if you do this, all right, you're using a lot of momentum. So at the bottom of the movement, stop at the straight up and down position and then concentrate on just flexing those biceps and controlling those dumbbells up and then back down. Guys, it's always better to use a lighter weight than you think you can and really focus on the form. You're gonna get way, way better muscle contraction with a slightly lighter weight and really good form, as opposed to going with a weight that's a little too heavy for you, where you end up having to cheat to get the dumbbells up, all right? And when I'm watching professional bodybuilders, guys that are really serious, these guys are huge, all right? They're, these guys are way bigger than me. And I'm always surprised at how modest the weights are that they're lifting, all right? So a lot of times I'll see them doing the same weights that I'm doing at the gym with curls. And I'm thinking, what is going on? Because their arms are huge. I know they could do a heavier weight, but they're going with such strict form and they're doing tons of sets, really, really high volume. That's what they care about. They've gotten beyond the point where they're ego lifting, all right? It's the young guys that are not yet really big that pick up the really heavy weights, right, and try to throw them around and cheat to impress the girls and other guys at the gym that are watching. So you're working out at home, there's nobody you have to impress, all right? So 4 great exercises today, 2 for our biceps, 2 for your back, all right? This was basically an exercise type video. This was not a workout per se, okay? You can easily turn these 4 exercises into a fantastic workout. And guys, I like to do these workouts in an alternating fashion between the muscle groups, all right? So I like to do 1 set of back and then 1 set of biceps, and then do another set of back and another set of biceps. You don't have to do it that way. I just think it's a really clever way to give the muscles in your biceps a rest when you're doing your back, all right? As opposed to doing, your bicep exercise and then just staring at your watch for the next minute, all right, while you rest and recover before you do the biceps again, all right? So you can do it more efficiently with less rest in between sets if you alternate between muscle groups. Simple as that, guys. Now remember, all right, you need to do at least 3 sets, okay? So some of the guys on the Facebook group are complaining that they can't make their arms grow, and basically they're just not doing enough volume, okay? You have to do a lot of volume. Now if you're in a pinch, you can knock out a couple of sets of this, no big deal, get a nice pump going, and you won't have totally missed your workout. But for you guys that are really getting serious, you need to do at least 4 sets of each one of these exercises, all right, if you want to see your arms grow, and preferably closer to 6 or 7 sets per muscle group. Okay, everybody wants a big back and big biceps. All right, I gave you 4 great exercises you can do at home with nothing but dumbbells and a bench. But guys, you got to stick with it and never give up on yourself.